Welcome to the first episode of Penalty Kill Podcast. Today we're going to be looking at the St. Louis Blues in their lineup. Originally this podcast was going to be Bleed Blue Podcast for the St. Louis Blues, but we're going to do news for every team, and we're just going to start off with the Blues. The Blues are in a tough spot with their salary cap spot because they have almost no money. They have way too many defensemen, in my opinion. I think we should move on from Robert Bortuzzo. We should trade him or get rid of him for maybe an extra, maybe like a late pick or a prospect, or even somebody like James Neal just to fill in the lineup. This is what they have been rocking with most of the year with fully healthy. This is what they look like, fully healthy. I would like to make some changes to that based on my ideas. First, I think Ivan Barbashev, his playmaking is very underrated to me, in my opinion. He does not get enough credit for how skilled of a player he actually is. We saw in 2019 how well he worked on that fourth line just as a grinder and somebody who could, just grind the minutes out, get some rest for the big guys. But last year we saw flashes, potential of just his elite playmaking, not as elite as Robert Thomas or anybody like that, but just very nice passing and knows what to do. Is a smart player, I guess, smart player. And on the second line, you really got to get Robert Thomas, just somebody like Kyrou or Tarasenko on their line. But I think Robert Thomas, just his absolute puck skill, he's so skilled with the puck, and it's hard to take it from him. And if you see Jordan Kyrou, he looks like a mini version of Connor McDavid, in my opinion. His zone entries look very alike. He's nowhere near as skilled, obviously, but he looks like somebody who's just that quick and has potential to be a superstar in the league if he continues the growth he's had. And then on the right side of that, Vladimir Tarasenko. He leads the team in shots, if I'm correct. He really deserves that second line, in my opinion. Easily my favorite player in the NHL, my favorite hockey player. Grew up watching him. But he doesn't have as nice of a shot as he used to. His shot is not as good, but he's still very skilled player. Don't get that wrong. But if he gets in open ice, anytime he's open, the puck is usually in that back of the net. And we get him with Robert Thomas, as we've seen. Thomas finds Tarasenko, finds the other line mate. He finds people. That's what he does. And Jordan Kyrou, he's like a mix between Thomas and Tarasenko, in my opinion. He's very quick hands and can pass very well, and is also quite a goal scorer. Then if you look into this third line, we go Brandon Saad, the new acquisition over the offseason, with Brayden Schenn. See, Brayden Schenn's interesting. He could easily move up to the second line over Tarasenko or he can move up here over Barbashev. He's a very he can play a lot of ways, but right now I think his role, he's getting older. We might want to move off from that contract, but I don't think we will. But he's getting older, and he's a physical guy. I think if we put him with this is kind of a very nice two-way line, If you watch all the Blues games, you understand that Brandon Saad and Pavel Buchnevich are just not offensive. They're not pure offense. These guys can really play the defensive side of the zone, and that's a need. That's a need. And Brayden Schenn, we've seen flashes this year. Not much. He hasn't played too much, but he can still score, and he's just a physical presence. And we look under this fourth line. Klim Kostin has finally worked his way into the lineup. This is his first year, probably full year with the team, and I like him. I mean, he looks like Braden Shen on the ice. He looks like Braden Shen on the ice. He's so physical. He has a nice shot in open ice. I like the way he plays a lot. He could easily move up to that second line. You know, he's a nice, very good player. Tyler Bozak down the middle, elite face-off taker. Him and O'Reilly, very elite at face-offs, you know. That's why if we look right here, I'm definitely going to move them like this. Or, whoops. Like this. Because they're just very elite goals. Just play face-offs. Very elite with face-offs. And then just also a veteran who knows the game. Oskar Sundqvist coming off that ACL tear. It's unfortunate, but if you watch that cup run, he was more important than anyone knows. He was a fourth-line guy with Barbashev and like Sammy Blais, I think, and they tore it up. They didn't just keep the puck out of the net. They put the puck in the net sometimes. Some games they were just playing so well together. I love it. I love Oskar Sundqvist as a player. Very, and also very defensive. Very defensive. I would put him on that second unit. And then on that first unit, Pavel Buchnevich for me. He's just, honestly, they have 3 units where they can go. They usually might go, not 3 units, but Saad finds his way in there sometimes over Buchnevich or sometimes over Sundqvist. You know, Saad is also a very good penalty killer. We look at the defense. They've shifted from what they originally had, you know, like not on the Stanley Cup run, not on the Stanley Cup run. I don't think he was on the Stanley Cup run, not on the Stanley Cup run, not on the Stanley Cup run. And if I'm correct on the Marco Scandella, Colton Parayko is the only one who won the Stanley Cup on this defensive lineup, besides Robert Pertuzzo, who doesn't slot in. And if I'm going to be honest, they've shifted from, you know, more defensive defensemen. Not saying Pietrangelo and I mean, Joel Edmondson, obviously defensive. Carl Gunnarsson, defensive. Jay Bouwmeester, that's a big loss. He was defensive. You know, those 3 guys, most better at defense than Krug, Justin Falk, and Scott Brunovich. We've shifted from defense to offense in this point. And I like it. I really like Scott Brunovich. He's a very good player. Very young. Torrey Krug has had a very electric season so far. Justin Falk, probably our best, let's say our second best defenseman behind Colton Parayko. Our best offensive defenseman by a mile. Not by a mile, but he's our best offensive defenseman. He can find that back in the net. You saw his 100th goal. That was very nice. Colton Parayko, best defenseman. Not close. This guy's elite. He's right there with probably, I would say, who would do that? I'm going to move to Marco Scandella. And here's my opinion on him. Not good. Not that good of a player. In my opinion, Jake Walman should definitely slot in over Scandella, but he won't, because Marco Scandella's a kind of a shut-down defenseman. He's not, though. He's played horrible this year, and I think he is almost out of the lineup. Actually, I would take him out of there. Let me redo this. Bozak. Who was it? It was Bozak. Oh, Barbashev. Barbashev also slots in there, you know. Our penalty kill's pretty elite, in my opinion. I would go Niko Mikula. And honestly, probably they would have to go Torrey Krug. I don't think he's too ready for that yet. But he's ready for that. That moves us, Scott Brunovich. Whew, this guy knows the offensive side like bread and butter, man. Watching him play, he just knows offense. He's an offensive guy. I don't know why he decided to become a defenseman, but just kidding. But he's a small guy, 5'9", if I'm correct. That's pretty small, but he's good. He's very offensive, and I like it. He is a very nice, skilled player. You know. And then if we look at Niko Mikula, who I think took Robert Pertuzzo's spot. I mean, these last 2 games, I liked Mikula before these last 2 games, but man, has he looked good. He has looked good. He has looked good, in my opinion. That's why I have him here, leading this defensive pair on the penalty kill. I like him a lot. Moving to the goaltenders, Jordan Binnington and Ville Husso. Jordan Binnington he's a streaky goalie in my opinion. Very good though. When he's on, it's almost impossible to score him. And Ville Husso, I'm a big fan of Ville Husso this season. He's getting, I think, his 4th start already in the year because of how hot he's been. He doesn't let the puck in very often. I like him. And we look at our scratches. James Neal makes his way into the lineup because Blues are an injury-riddled team usually. He makes his way into the lineup. Our Bertuzzo, these two, we have 8 defensemen who can play up. We're going to say we have more than 8 defensemen who can play up, but I mean, because we got Santini. We saw him play up. And I don't know, Joel Hofer is definitely a starter here. In non-roster, we got Zachary Bolduc. Hopefully he comes up soon. Not this year, but hopefully he turns out to what we want him to be. But we got probably 8-9 defensemen who can play. We even got Mackenzie McCracken, who we've seen come up times. He can play. Jake Neighbors, 9-game trial, didn't look amazing, but he can play. He looked good. He doesn't. I think next year he should really be up there. Dakota Joshua. He is playing tonight actually. If this is a Saturday night, it should come out. And Nathan Walker, goal scorer, we've seen him play. Logan Brown, former 1st overall pick. He might slot his way into the lineup sometimes. Probably not. But that brings us to the special teams. Special teams. Easily, I gotta read this quick. Easily, Torrey Krug, Ryan O'Reilly, obviously. And if we just go, Vladimir Tarasenko, that wicked shot. David Perron, who apparently is a point-per-game player. Since last season, he turned it on last season. It's pretty nice. Knew he was good, but wow, that was something I wasn't expecting. And now we're here. We're gonna go him here. Oh, whoops. Don't want you there. 1 minute. Buchnevich right there. Brendan Saad, I'm gonna go there. And then I'm gonna go Jordan Kyrou there. Honestly, I love Ivan Barbashev, but he just won't. I think this is what I think it should be, in my opinion. Robert Thomas's hands are too disgusting to not be on that lineup, just in my opinion. And so that's what I'm really looking at here. That's what I'm really looking at for this St. Louis Blues team. In my opinion, these defensive lineups could be a little shaken up. This is what I think the defense should look like. Yeah, just like that, actually. And I think Bortuzzo definitely should be traded, in my opinion. Definitely should be traded. Bortuzzo. Add to trade. Oh, we made him the center. But I just don't think. Well, long-term outlook. Let's look at all these. We look, entry-level contract, obviously, but we look, we got a window here. Look at this. We got a window. Look at how many players. David Perron most likely resigns. Klim's probably back. I would say he might retire, honestly. That Bozak. And look at this. Boom, entry-level contract. He's going to want some money. 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 Bertuzzo's going to want some money if we still have him. Neal will no longer be on this team. Honestly, and then we look down here. We're probably going to resign him for some money. And I don't really know about him. My bad, guys. I know this guy. He's a top prospect in the organization. We're probably going to want to sign him. Don't know about him. Don't know. Probably want to try him. Yes, we want to sign 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 him. I'm guessing we do not want to let Charlie Lilgren go. He's just a nice AHL goaltender. Because we are going to be out of money. This is the year, kind of. And then especially, this is like, we got a 2-year window here. 2-year window. 2-year window, in my opinion. Because we also look, I think next year, he will no longer be on the team. Vladimir Tarasenko. I don't think he will be on the team very much. this cap hit. That's what's killing us. We don't. In my opinion, he's worth the cap hit, but I don't know. You look. I think he's worth the cap hit. But can we look at the Blues? What is he? Yeah, 16 points already, 20 games. He's worth the cap hit in my opinion. But I don't think he'll be signed to it. Don't think he will. His last great season was the Blues was here. Look at this. This was our playoff run. Or no, the year before playoff run. Oh, no, this was our playoff run. Yeah, that was our playoff run. 2018, 2019. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Well, actually, I want to see. What did he do for team? When was his breakout year? Did he play? I want to see this KHL year. The year before drafted. Ooh, 9 points in 15 games for the KHL. That's pretty. Oh yeah. He earned that spot. Wow, he dominated the KHL. Jeez, what? I never really looked at these stats. Yeah, this kid was electric, man. Man, that injury, that's brutal. That injury's brutal for us. Yeah, but that's about all. That's about all for the first podcast. Thank you for watching, listening. I'm Penalty Kill Podcast. You can find me on Instagram. Penalty Kill Podcast. Make sure to subscribe the video, share to your friends if you enjoyed it, and leave comments down below on what we should do for next week. Thank you for watching, and it's been fun. See ya.